Okay, according to Restream, we are supposed to be live. It says live. Well, it did say live. Now the button says in stream, but anyway. Good evening, folks. What's going on? See if I can get this thing up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're having all kinds of technical issues, right? You know, even though it's the Gen Xers, us, that actually invented things like, oh, I don't know, the internet, social media,
Oh, a boomer
digital,
invented the
basic
internet.
digital electronics and technology. Yeah, the boomers. Yeah, in my book, a boomer is a big submarine that floats out in the water and has big things that go, big flashes of light that it makes. So, yeah, that's a boomer to me.
Well, Al Gore, right? Isn't he the one that said he
That's
invented
right.
the internet?
I stand corrected. Mr. Gore invented the
All right, it is up there. Another sound check. And I have it here. Another sound check with DoN, the DoN GenX and special guests.
Yep. It flipped over once we went live.
Kumodi.
There it is. Okay, yeah, now okay, now I got the YouTube part going on. So anyway, all right. Hey, thank you, son of a silver stacker. Thank you, Miss GenX Collectible, for being here. This is I guess this technically, yeah, I guess it's the first Sunday evening show that we're back. So thank you guys for being here. The invite, it's always a standing invite for you guys. There's no expectations or obligations implied or anything. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful you guys are here, and come in anytime, feet dirty or wet, doesn't matter. Why did I just say that? I don't know. Anyway, let me bring up, let's see, how do I overlay? That's what I want to do. So let's go through here, and I believe Silver Gator is first in the chat. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you showing up here. Thank you. And then we have Ash. Thank you. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. And water the possibility.
Water's good dude.
It's a language. You speak it. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. And of course, we got Mr. X himself, the man, the mystery, the myth, the legend, the guy who runs numbers.
The CO.
And of course, the guy that the foundation that of all things that are good about the band. And the man with the silver voice that set sail 1,000 movies. It's son of a silver stacker. Good evening, kind sir. Hey. Tell us about your Dodgers. How did they do today?
Oh, well, they got swept, but that's all right. It's one of those things. It's interesting, too, because it's the second time we've been swept by an American League team. The last one were the Los Angeles Angels. So looking forward to not getting swept in the next series.
I might need some help, but I believe our minor league team here in Huntsville, or actually Madison City, the Rocket City Trash Pandas, I believe they're a minor league affiliate of the A's. Of the
Angels. Yes, sir, they sure are.
Oh, they are?
Yes, sir.
See, I know something about baseball.
Well, not really, because you said the A's.
Is it A's or Angels?
Angels. The A's
that's
are
2 separate teams. Oh, see, I don't know anything about it.
And technically, the A's are the A's. They are no longer the Oakland A's, and they will soon become the Las Vegas A's.
Correct. They're not even the Sacramento A's, and that's where they play right now, or at least the West Sacramento A's.
Correct.
Hey, thank you, Matthew Porter.
My Tigers end up winning. They swept the Indians. Indians have lost 10 in a row, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. What are they called now? The Guardians.
Yes. We knew who you meant.
Yeah.
Unless you were born 2 weeks ago.
Now, can you guys still hear my sounds if I do this? No?
Nope, didn't hear anything there.
All right. This is why we're testing, folks.
Well, while Mr. X is getting his stream deck up and running, Matthew Porter. Oh, heard that.
Was a bleep.
But can you?
Oh, that bleep was for you, Mr. Matthew Porter. We got Buckeye here. Thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. And Fox 814, not to be confused with 914 or 1014, or my favorite number 3.14. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. And I think I got one more here. That is Beto Delta 22222.
Hey, Beto. How are you?
So we appreciate you being here. Thank you and good evening. All right. So, wow. So before I pose the first question of the evening, I guess, of course, the folks in the chat, please, if you have questions or topics you'd like for us to discuss, please just let us know in the chat. Before, when I was doing this, I was calling this show, Evening Decaf with the DoN, right? What if I called this, use the word, since I haphazardly called it soundcheck, what if I actually used that word in the title to describe the Sunday evening show? Soundcheck with the band, or soundcheck something. I like the word soundcheck. Get rid of the whole coffee thing. Or we.
He's not. Nope. No sound.
Can't hear you, Mr. X.
He'd rather have us hear special effects than his voice.
Apparently, I can't have both at the same time right now.
I figured.
Yeah. Soundcheck. Your show, buddy. Whatever you want to put up there. Soundcheck's cool.
Okay. Oh, I got let's see. Let me check real quick. We got what's that? Doubloons? David's Doubloons. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. That's a cool name. So with the boys, I won't be joining them later this week, but Stacker, Mr. X, and of course our favorite Marine, Gunny, they're going to be at the Fun Show this week in the Orlando Convention Center. So, yeah, I wish I could be there, but didn't really plan to go this summer show. However, I will be in the January show. I already booked my plans. Actually did it right after last time we were on. So got my room ready to go. I'll arrive on, what was that, Tuesday? And then I'm head out Saturday morning. So I'm gonna spend a couple of days down there. Someone's promised to buy me a steak dinner. Poke, 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 poke. And with dessert. So
yeah, a small dessert.
Small. And speaking of dessert, let's make sure I get this on camera. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am that many units lighter as of this past Friday.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, if I eat that key lime pie that place made, all 6 pounds back on.
That's my favorite pie ever, is key lime pie.
It's tough between key lime and I like banana cream. I like lemon meringue. I like pies.
Did you see what Skate Army said?
Oh, yeah.
Skate Army says topic.
Show to U.S. Mint. Yeah. Let us run through. Let's start a positive note here. Let's talk about the Fun Show, a little bit of that, and then we'll get into the dirt slinging. So I'll be next. I'm writing. It's going on the agenda.
It's a great topic, and we've got the man in the house to discuss.
Well, you know what? Let's go do it the other way. We'll end talking about the Fun Show because that's fun, right? Fun. Florida United Numismatists, or is it Numismatics? I forgot what the end in it. Is it either numismatist or newsmatics? But anyway,
a numismatist is the person who does study, right?
Yeah, that's describing the actual person. Numismatics is the field.
The overall view, yes.
The overall thing, yes. So we're going to move Fun Show discussion to the end, and let's just jump right into the question about the Mint, because this is actually a great segue for Triple S to talk about his video from this morning. And I did leave a comment, and my 2 cents, great video. And I agree. What is going on with the Mint with regards to their pricing schedule or scheme or whatever their methodology is? Because when I first started this whole thing, it was back 2020, 2021. Yeah, those proofs, now they weren't doing the preview marks at the time, but yeah, they were $50-ish, say $60 ship roughly. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but it's around that price point. Now we're over the $100 mark. On 1 ounce, it's proof, struck and dyed and fancy and shiny and everything, but it's still at its core, literally 1 ounce of silver, which is what's current spot price?
37.37.
37.30. Oh, did the markets open?
Yep, 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So right now, according to our friends at kitco.com, spot is at $36.94.
Oh, it went down.
So
I got 37.21 now, but that's okay. They're all over the map, and so it just depends who you check.
Yeah, so it just doesn't seem right. It really doesn't. But I'm not the guy to probably ask because I don't do numbers in that regards. Now, if you want to put like an integration sign in front, maybe a D or a DX, then again, I can't do any of that fancy calculus differential equation stuff either anymore. So
I'd say that we turn the floor over to Mr. Stacker, the U.S. Mint's news and information channel on the web, and then I'll give my 2 cents after he gives his spiel.
Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure. What am I going to even say right now? What I can say is that silver spot price in 2011 was $37, much like we're seeing today. However, this American Silver Eagle proof was what? $59, up $15 from $45.99 back in 2010. So to me, that means that the United States Mint is charging for personnel. We're talking wages. We're talking shipping costs. So they are laying on, look, we're about $40 to $30 more than we had for prices in 2011 at the same spot silver price. Okay. And because of that, it has to beg the question, what are the additional charges for? Could it be for legacy employees that have pensions? Could it be for, federal employees' pensions and things like that? Is it the cost of adding new machinery? There's a lot of things, a lot of layers to this cake that we probably have no idea. But there is a guy named Timothy Meyer. He says he has a best friend at the United States Mint, and he left a comment in the video I did this morning saying that his buddy gets paid $37 an hour by the United States Mint in Philadelphia. That's not lawyer money, but I mean, it's better than I guess most average Americans make per year. And that probably adds to the cost. I don't know what their position is there. They could be an engineer. Maybe I think an engineer would be probably closer to probably $70 or $80 an hour. But
I think he said he worked in shipping and receiving.
Yeah, there you go. The shipping and receiving guys making $37 an hour.
That's $76,000 a year, by the way.
Not bad, not bad. And you're probably a GS 10 or something like that, or it's the cost is not silver that we're paying for. It's got to be something else, much like either healthcare, and really, Miss Ventress Gibson was the one who probably, because she was a human resource specialist, she could have added additional programs for the employees to be happier, because that essentially was her job, to placate the employees, make them happy, bring a better environment together for their working conditions. And could that have added money to this cost of the Silver Eagles? Absolutely. But the question I have is, where is the price grid for the silver products? Because it just seems arbitrary at this point. And if silver does get more expensive into the $40 range, I would imagine we're going to see another price hike this year. And $95 or $105 might seem inexpensive in 2 or 3 years if this keeps up.
Yeah. Just for a little bit of perspective, $37 back in 2011 is worth $52.88 today.
So that's adjusted for inflation?
That's adjusted for inflation. So, I mean, if you're going to compare apples to apples, yes, it was 37, but really it's 52 today. But still, the proofs were only what, 56 or 50 or $60 in
49, and then 49, and then just under 60.
So 49
adjusted for inflation.
adjusted for inflation, that's 70, and then $60 adjusted for inflation is $85.75.
And I think that's exactly the amount that the American Silver Eagle with the V75 Privy Mark was sold for initially, was about $85
I believe so.
in 2020.
And if you remember, looking at the 2024 financials from the Mint, their labor and overhead costs were not completely goofy, other than for the cents and the nickels, and then everything but silver and gold. Other than that, I mean, their annual core sets, the labor on that was, labor and overhead was 72%.
And they're losing money on the annual sets.
Oh yeah, they lost 50%. They're losing money. Cost of goods sold on the annual sets was 78%. SG&A or the overhead is 72%. So that's
Not sustainable.
no, it's not.
And that's why I believe, and every, a lot of other people believe that, that's the fork in the road that the Mint has found, is that they are going to actually lower costs by making less, if you can believe that.
There's a little bit of truth to that, yeah. But once you set the dies and start running it, it's running. But you got to remember, the numismatic program still, even with the losses, with everything but gold and silver, they still had a 8% profit margin, or $42 million. Still, it's half of what the circulating coinage was. And of course, the bullion, almost 70% of total revenue and $40 million in profit. So they don't make a whole lot on the bullion, but
No, they sure don't.
The Mint, to help me out, the Mint is authorized, or they are allowed, or they have permission, whatever it is, they are allowed to make a profit. I'm not saying they are, just conceptually speaking, they're allowed to make a profit. And if so, you guys bring up a good point. Is there labor costs, or are we talking about logistics, production? Obviously, the quality of the operators and folks that work at the Mint doing, actually minting the coins itself. I mean, but material costs, I mean, the material, well, I mean, aside from the silver and or gold, I mean, you're talking about what? The little boxes that the coin goes into, the capsule that goes into that. I mean, we're just talking about an unfortunate, rise in the cost of doing business. Is it their expenditures to put everything together just that much more? I mean, is inflation hitting the Mint hard as it is the average American?
I think it's labor costs for sure. Material costs, I don't know that those are, I think they're pretty much fixed right now. Not sure labor, or rather materials, are getting more expensive. Not sure about that. But I haven't heard anything, shipping hasn't gone up in a while. But I can tell you this, the Mint for this next fiscal year, for 2026, that I think starts October 1st of this year, we're going to see another annual report. And we're going to see the outcome of the increase in prices, not just for silver, but we got to remember, this is the first year, I think, since 2018 or maybe 2017, that the United States Mint raised the price on their clad coinage. For example, the American Innovation dollars were 34 and change for quite some time, since the inception of the program. Now I think they're $36.25 or so per roll. So they went up, a couple bucks or whatever, but so did the Kennedy half dollars as well. So, and those aren't tremendous mintages for either one of those. I think the rolls are like 9,000. The Kennedy rolls are 24,000 and change. So what kind of an impact is it going to have? I don't know, but the Mint has definitely raised their prices for clad and silver. And I would see another price increase soon, because copper is $5 a pound now. And those that hasn't taken effect yet on the circulating coins for the United States Mint, because that's going to make nickels more expensive. Obviously, copper pennies aren't copper pennies. They're zinc and cents now, so that's not going to be hit. But the other circulating coins, they're going to be hit by the copper because really, it's just a clad copper slug. Really, is what we're dealing with.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what the numbers are. Their material costs for everything except for the silver program is in line. The dimes, quarters, and halves are in line. Everything else is out of line.
Mhm.
I mean, everything that they make, excluding the bullion. Bullion doesn't count because that's just a pass along. But so we'll see. But it wouldn't surprise me to see another big price increase, at least on the clad sets. You know, on the quarter programs and all that stuff. They can't keep
Especially for
operating.
2026, because they know people are going to want that absolutely through the roof.
Yep.
Yeah, David D has joined us this evening. He says labor costs went up when they decided to make the fourth minting location at West Point, excuse me. So they upgraded the facilities and added a new building or built an extension or anything like that.
No, the last I heard, and Stacker knows this better than I, but I think it was Denver where they got what 3 or 4 new machines.
Or was it
right?
Philly?
That's right. No, Denver took possession of 3 or 4 new presses. So I don't know that Denver's going to go anywhere. But then again, it's the United States government. They could, they could buy all new stuff and be like, we don't need this anymore. All right, sell it at auction. So
Close Denver and keep San Francisco open.
Right. You never know.
Even though the government's not that.
Well,
that's right. Water the possibilities. He's right. The West Point Mint's been around since 1937. And, they've been striking coins unofficially. Remember, the West Point Mint was striking Lincoln cents without a mint mark in the 1970s and even, I think, sometime in the 60s. But there's no way you can tell which ones they were. But that had been fantastic. And the only time you ever saw a West Point Mint struck Lincoln cent was in 2019.
Yep.
Well, there's one thing I've known, doing the work that I've done for so long. When the government wants to keep something, they have the means to keep it.
The West Point Mint?
Well, no, and just in general, there's stuff. There's especially when it comes to like actual hardware, like vehicles, aircrafts, ships. I mean, I think we've all seen like the various boneyards where the Air Force, keeps aircraft and the different the mothball fleet. We have them on the East and West Coast. And one particular place, a job I had many, many years ago, location in Yorktown, where the actual Battle of Yorktown occurred, is actually a naval facility there. It's the Yorktown Naval Weapons Station. And what the name implies, yes, that's where that's the ammo dump for the Navy. Well, they have an auxiliary facility next to it. They call it the Cheatham Annex, and that the name Cheatham comes. I think there was a Revolutionary War battle in that area. Anyway, that facility is pretty much all warehouses, and the best way to describe those warehouses is recall the first Indiana Jones movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The very end of the movie, you see that old geezer pushing the Ark of the Covenant boxed up into a warehouse, and you just saw that's Cheatham Annex. It has a lot of warehouses like that. And yeah, it's not a problem for the government to pack stuff up and put it away.
Okay. I was trying to figure out where you're going with that. I was lost. Sorry.
It's okay. I was a little too winded.
It could have been my cold meds. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Skate Army 1. Boneyards in Afghanistan, $80 billion worth of military hardware.
What's $1 billion between
behind?
Yeah.
A good night out with, well, I'm not even going to say it, but you think
So, along the same lines of a cluster, what's going on with the DC coins? What do you think is going to happen with that mess?
I don't know. This whole review that came out could torpedo the sales. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe people are just like, well, I love the comic books and I love Superman, and maybe that has no effect at all.
Do you think the price and no mintage limit at all is a factor?
For the 1 ounce, absolutely. But I think people just want in because it's kind of, it's a cool subject matter in the United States Mints. It's the first that they've ever had a public-private partnership. So there's a lot of firsts going on here. And, the chief engraver designed it, Joseph Mena. And that's pretty serious. I have an announcement I want to make.
Please.
Is that okay? Just let me know when it's cool. All right. So I may have told you already that Emily Domstra, the artist for the United States Mint, she designed the reverse of the American Silver Eagle Type 2 with the landing eagle. She's agreed to do an interview with me, but it seems it's going to be pre-recorded, and that's okay. It's no big deal. However, I'm going to need some questions, and I can't think of all the questions. So if you could please submit your questions for Emily Domstra to sonofasilverstacker@gmail.com, and I'll make sure that she sees, and they will be submitted to the United States Mint for approval. That's just how that's going to go, but that's okay. I'd like to get the interview, and I'm going to go ahead and play ball, so to speak, do what they ask. But if you have any questions you'd like to ask, please send me an email, and I will make sure that she gets to look at it and gets the approval or disapproval, whatever it takes, okay? And I think that's it. And I'm going to even make that announcement on my video tomorrow morning.
By the way, congratulations. That's a huge get.
That is. That's really awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
It took me years to get her. Years, like probably 3 years. But I'm persistent. You know what I mean? If I see something I got to get, I just keep trying.
Squeaky wheel, squeaky wheel.
I'll put the
or the nail that sticks up gets the hammer.
Well, that happens too.
The video that we were referring to that Stacker posted this morning, that's the link to the video. We were talking about, what we were just kind of wrapping up there. So that's a link to Triple S's channel. Please watch that video and leave a comment. And then while you're there, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Stacker's channel. He's a good guy. He knows his stuff, especially with Mint and anything related to the Mint. He is your man, and well done, sir. And we all look forward to that interview, definitely. And yeah, go to his channel. You can go hit that where the what is it? Whatever that part is where you got to click on. You can find his email and send him questions. And actually,
yes, the email is right on the landing page for my YouTube channel.
Or you know what you could do? Well, I don't know if you want to or not, but maybe put a short out on your channel saying, "Hey, I'm going to be bringing her. We're going to be interviewing her, and you like questions. That way, people can comment that video, and those comments could be the questions."
I like it.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's my one great idea for today. Have a good evening.
I noticed something just hit the screen with the delay with what I'm watching here. Elite Exotics asked a question about wondering how much the ultra high relief gold coin is going to be and the price going gonzo. There is a pricing grid for that. In fact, Stacker has mentioned that and has brought it up. We won't know until the week of the release normally for that, and Stacker can jump in and correct me if I'm wrong. So there's the grid there.
I'm gonna look at the pricing grid now.
To give you a ballpark, it is going to be expensive. However, I will say this, from my understanding with some dealers that I know, that ultra high relief gold coin holds its own. Meaning if you have the money to buy the ultra high relief going forward, it seems to maintain its value a lot better or more steady than, say, a proof gold eagle or a regular proof.
Yes.
So the ultra high relief always seems to bring a premium or maintain a premium if you so desire. So at least that's my 2 cents as I'm relaying it from another dealer that I heard.
Okay, here we go. I have the Sacagawea 25th anniversary half ounce 24 karat gold coin price list up. Now the spot price for gold right now is what, gentlemen? That way
30. I think
to shift back. 33, 34?
Currently $36.97.
No, gold.
Gold.
Oh, no,
Gold.
gold.
33.27 and 77 cents.
No,
All right,
33.29. You got to go with the ask.
That's fine. All right, so I found the 33. I'm going to slide this over. It's going to take a minute, looks like.
I need new glasses.
It's in the very last column on the right-hand side. And remember, it's only a half ounce of gold, so it's not going to be the full whopping $4,265 that we would typically see for any United States Mint 1 ounce coins. So we're lucky in that regard.
The high relief is other coin, right? The Sacagawea is not a high relief.
No, hang on. Let's see here. Okay, so if the Sacagawea 25th anniversary was sold today, it would come out for $2,175 according to the Mint's 2025 pricing grid.
That's a half ounce.
Yeah, 2,000. Yep, that's $2,175 for a half ounce. It's a good bit of money.
Yeah. I think he's talking about the American Liberty high relief gold coin.
Oh, the high
Liberty
relief gold coin.
American Liberty 2025 high relief.
Flowing Hair, Liberty Britannia, Comic Arts. Let's see here.
Have they presented have they debuted the report yet?
You know what's interesting? They have here American Liberty on the pricing grid for the 1 ounce 24 karat gold, but they also have American Liberty 1/10 ounce 24 karat gold coin.
For 2025?
Yeah, there's for 2025, there's a 1/10 ounce 24 karat gold, it says here. Now, I don't know what or where they're going to sell that, but that would be absolutely
well, remember
phenomenal.
the last time they did that? They couldn't give those things away.
No,
remember they did, it was was it 20, I don't remember the year, but they did the 1 ounce.
2018?
Yeah, I think it was the 2018, and then they did the 10th ounce, and then they were selling it for basically spot.
They were giving them out for free, if you remember. They were giving them out for free if you bought a certain amount.
Yeah,
that's right. Oops.
They did.
Yep.
I think Salivate Metal did a video on that back in the day.
I'm sure that he did. He's normally all over that kind of stuff. He likes that stuff.
The only time Salivate Metal really posts anything, or at least makes a comment on any of my videos, is typically when I'm talking about the gold coins.
Well, he used to buy all the gold that they offered, all the commemoratives, all that stuff, but I think he backed off from that. I could be wrong. In fact, I probably am.
We got Andy Resnick in the house, our resident genius.
Oh, Andy, thank you, sir. Good evening. Let's see here, brother. We're going to get you up here. We're going to get you up here. We're going to work out all the electronic bugs and doohickeys, and you're going to be up on the panel here. We don't. I'm sure you're probably a very handsome man, but I understand. You're a very private person. Like that. It's cool. It's cool. I don't judge. But we want to hear. We want to hear your. You probably have a nice, kind of maybe a little Eastern European drawl, a silky, smooth voice that only someone in radio would appreciate. Right, Triple S?
Emotional damage.
Well,
somebody's Stream Deck is working.
I got to flip back and forth. I got to figure that out. But at least it's working somewhat. I still can't get my crickets.
Someone had a question about the Mercury commemorative. I'm trying to find it. It's from Silvergator about the gold Mercury dime, and and there's a companion silver medal along with it.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Yeah, was that Best of the Mint, or is that what it's called, Stacker?
Yes, sir, Best of the Mint, and that is the very first one to actually be announced. Then they're going to be announcing until I guess, January 2026, a new coin each month. So we're going to have, bam, this July, we have the Merc Dime, then August, right? Then September, October, November, December, 6 coins total are going to be announced for the Best in the Mint program. And then they're going to start selling them, I would imagine, the very first week of January 2026. So they're building up the hype. They're chumming the
Okay,
water.
so they're announcing it. That doesn't mean they're going to be releasing it until next year. Okay.
Correct. Yes, sir. Correct. They're hyping it up. They're doing what they can to get the Flavor Flav going for the 2026 semi-quincentennial. And I can't wait for the tricentennial. That's going to be epic in 2076. I'll be probably.
I was going to say you'll
jar.
have to let me know how that goes when you get to the other side, because I'm not going to be around.
In the chat, I put the link to Triple S's video where he's actually talking about the Mercury commemorative coin as we're speaking here. So head over and view that after this, please. So open page, put that on there, please. I really need the watch hours. So
Yeah, don't bolt, don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave yet. But yeah, so you got put in the link to the video with regards to the issues that we first talked about with production at the West Point, what's going on there, cost of the privy.
That's right, Water. You're right. There's 5 coins. Not 6.
And then you did a video on exactly this, the commemorative Mercury, and so what else? Triple S can answer any of your questions. Oh, just about. He's got a video for it.
Well, and then we're probably getting to the time where we want to talk about the fun show.
You know what? Let's talk about the fun
Yes.
show. Let's talk about the fun show. So the summer fun show kicks off. I think officially to the public opens on Thursday. But I know this guy, he's going in a little early, and I unfortunately will not be there. But I have retained his how do I say, his services. He will be my personal shopper for me. So there's a couple of things he's going to look for me, and one of them is the companion to this coin that he helped me get last year, and it was actually last year's fun show. This is the 1916 McKinney dollar coin. Yes, 64.
Go big. Expand your video screen.
Yeah.
Too much work.
Yeah, too much work. But anyway, he helped me get. Now the story behind this is got this idea about collecting pre-33 gold on the year that like my grandmother and grandfather was born. Well, I thought that my grandfather was born in 1916, hence this is the only gold made that year. But no, he was actually born in 1917. Well, the happy circumstance is that 16 and 17 were the only 2 years that this particular McKinney was minted. So why not complete the set? So that's what Mr. S is going to help me do, so I can complete the set, so to speak. So that's number 1 on my shopping list. And then number 2 is, of course, a Star Wars coin that I didn't get from New Zealand. So, yeah. But
what does that coin feature? What's the Star Wars coin feature?
No, it's their Blueprint series, where they actually have the coins kind of has a blue backdrop, and it kind of has like a grid, kind of like schematic or a mechanical drawing of whatever it is. And the first one was the Death Star. I missed that. And it was the Millennium Falcon, Darth Vader's helmet, the X-Wing, Millennium Falcon, then X-Wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's only 6 coins in the series. So I got all of them up to this point, but I didn't get the Death Star because the Death Star sold out like that. So there is a specific dealer that he is going to visit, and yeah, she's pretty to look at.
Very nice person too.
And she is. She really is.
Yep.
She really is. Other than that, let's see what else was on the list. A little bit of I wanted to start getting into graded Mexican gold, especially with the Libertad, with the Liberty Lady. So I was thinking of getting into that, and we'll see what they have at the show. And there was one more, something else I wanted you to keep an eye out for. The Dragon Bar, the 2025 Perth Mint Dragon Bar. They've been out for a while, so maybe somebody's got a couple of those they can get for a good price. Yeah, that's
I'm guessing I will, for especially silver. By the way, I can be anybody's personal shopper, but be aware, I only charge like 1/10 ounce of gold per item. So I'm not cheap, but I'm good.
Yeah, was there anything in what I said that said he's doing this for free? No.
I'm doing it for free. In fact, I not only am I doing it for free, I got to buy the buggered lunch in January, or dinner. So it's costing me money.
Money.
Yeah, I don't know how I swung that, but yeah, you damn right I'm going to give you some steak.
Well, there's a lot of Brazilian steak houses over there. There's probably like 7 or 8 where you guys are going to be at. So it won't be hard. You can fall out of bed and land in a steakhouse.
Well, the resort that we stayed at last July had a steakhouse in the hotel, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was really good. It was good.
It was really good. Not yet, and the key lime pie was awesome. By the way, their key lime pie was.
Mm-hmm. You know, most people don't know. They think Texas is a cattle state. Well, I got some news for you, Sunshine. I can hear cows in my backyard, and there's a butcher that's down 561 from my house over here, and lots of cool stuff and lots of good steak in Florida.
There's a bunch of cattle ranches down over here. I don't know if it's true, but I thought I had heard that Florida actually has more head of cattle than Texas. I don't know if that's true, but I think I heard that rumor.
Inquiring minds want to know.
So that is the Don's wish list, and then unfortunately, it doesn't appear that Gunny's going to be able to join us, but he has a few items that he is looking for this year that I have to do some scouting on. See if we can locate, but he also has a list, and I'll let him share that next time he's on screen with everybody. But his stuff that he's going to get is pretty cool. So we'll see where that goes. Me personally, I'm boring. There's a few things that I want to do. I want to sell a few things.
No.
Yeah. And then I'm probably going to be looking for some bullion of the yellow kind. So, because I keep losing it. It keeps going down with the boat. So I got to replenish. And it's maddening, but I have to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of lakes in Florida. I don't know which one. I don't know which one you were
Lake
on.
Weir's right by our house. So.
Oh, the house that I almost drove to last year when I went to the fun show, right?
You mean your 18-hour drive that should have taken 10? I don't know. You probably went by just about all of them. Oh,
what?
Yeah. It's a hilarious story. I'll tell it real quick. So I'm on the phone with him, talking to him, and on and off. And then finally, he finally hits the Florida border. I'm thinking, all right, you're just a few hours away. And we're talking and talking and talking. And the next thing I know, he says, am I supposed to be going to Tampa? I said, Tampa? You're on the wrong road, man. Come to find out.
You went 75.
You know how you can hit on your GPS or your maps, avoid tolls? Yes, that's what that gentleman did. So his 10-hour drive turned into, seriously, what was it, 14, 15 hours?
Yeah, I didn't get to the hotel about like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah. He was supposed to be there like at 4 p.m.
Wait, were you just being cheap, or you're trying to just be
what
tricky?
I told him. I said, shit, I'll give you $5 for tolls.
No.
Yeah, right.
I must have inadvertently hit, either deselected or something. I didn't. I was like, that's.
You know what? I hate GPS. I hate GPS directions. You know what? It's kind of like if you could imagine, you know how people normally eat like a burger, they put like hand to mouth like this. Well, and here's GPS tells you how to eat. Like this is, like they tell you to put your hand around your head and then put your freaking food in your mouth from around your back of your head. So, if you're a local and you know the area and you know all the back ways, because I like back ways here where I live, because I just don't like driving on main roads where the speed limit's 50 miles an hour, because a lot of people make up their own rules and do whatever speed they want. But I like the 25, 35 mile an hour streets with a nice scenic view. So I don't even know what the hell I was just going to say. But anyway, the thing is, driving, if you're local in an area and you use the GPS, and I always put it on just to see what wild rides it sends me on. I don't follow it, mind you, but it'll have me going through neighborhoods to make sure. And I'm like, I don't want to go through somebody's neighborhood. What if there's children playing? So I think that should be wrong. I don't think people should be cutting through neighborhoods on their GPSs. There could be slow children at play. I mean, not anyway.
Oh boy, I had an inappropriate joke there.
On the way down, not only did it screw me up, but when I crossed into Georgia, I literally drove past the exit that you would take to go to the renamed Fort Benning. Yeah.
Oh, jump school.
I was going to go jump school. Maybe that would have been faster. Just park on base, flash my badge, and then get me on a C-130 and just, halo into Orlando.
Parachute into the show. Yeah, you can parachute into the show.
Well, you should have seen the suitcase full of stuff he brought. That thing would have had to have its own suitcase or his own parachute.
Could you imagine, Mr. X? He should have busted his phone out and just recorded me there, and you wouldn't believe all the stuff.
You know what? It was comical. It really was comical.
But credit to Mike, because he was a really fair man, gave me a good deal on everything, and I can't. If you're gonna work with anybody, Mike from Mid America Coins, work with the man. Great guy.
Yeah, I'm sad he's not going to be there this year.
Yeah, but if you have a chance to go to a show and he's there, go meet him. Cool guy. I mean, he knows his stuff. Boy,
he's fair.
I'll tell you, every time I've ever gone to the fun show, I always try and pick up uncirculated coin sets from the 60s and 70s and 80s. Typically, I can get them for a few bucks a piece when I can get them. But it turns out not a whole lot of dealers even want those on display. They're usually under the table in the back and, behind the curtain on the tablecloth.
They're next to the innovation dollars in women's quarters.
Yeah, they really are. So, but I'll hold a sign walking around saying, "Hey, Unk Sets wanted," and I get there on the Thursday when it opens to the general public, and typically, I just sold a whole box to this one guy, and it's like, damn, and they'll all be gone, and I won't be able to pick up any Unk Sets at all. So, do I want to go Wednesday? No, because it's about $75, I think, to get in there early.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, for Unk Sets though.
Well, not so much for Unk Sets, but for other stuff, for collectibles. Yeah. For Unk Sets, you're going to find those, but you probably got to go back to the bargain corner.
And typically, yes, I do. Typically, what I've noticed is that on that Wednesday, it's dealer to dealer buying and selling.
That's why I pay
those guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And most of the business they do is done that day, and it pays for probably everything they've done there, and everything else is just probably gravy on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
For the most part, that's where they make their bulk of their stuff. At least cover their cost, and then everything else, like you said, it's gravy. And you remember, the summer fun show is only 3 days. The winter fun show is 4 days. It's only Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Who's the coin guy?
The coin guy is
Silver Gator.
He has a coin shop, and he's in Spring Hill. He was made YouTube coin community famous by Spectacular.
Oh, that old boy.
So he would go in and interview him. And the coin guy is actually doing videos on his own now. He's no longer collaborating with Speg, and he started his own channel. And I don't know, he's got 3,000-4,000 subs. He's only been around for about 3 weeks, but
well, he's probably writing on the success of the Spectacular videos.
That's how everybody got to know him. And so I've been into a shop one time. Gunny's been in there a few times. So
Where is that? Is
Spring
it in
Hill.
Florida?
Hmm?
Oh, no kidding. Wow. I'll tell you, there's a lot of coin collectors here in Florida. There really are a lot of numismatists
Well,
kicking around.
look at the
It's
demographics,
unreal.
right?
Teasers.
And I'm getting there. I'm getting close. I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
What do you mean close?
I know. I can't believe I'll be 60 soon, and I don't want that.
Belay
Wait.
doesn't say anything but every
Hey,
5
did you
minutes,
know
and
we're
then he's got to slam us. Okay, I see how you are.
Did you know we're closer to 2050 than we are 2020?
Yeah, that's scary.
That sucks. Damn.
Yeah, I had a few emails with my portfolio estate planner guy, and he's just, I kind of something dawned on me. It's just like, oh my God, I am closer to retirement than I am from when I graduated from college. It's like,
Oh, by a long shot. What do you doing?
oh, yeah, and then this new job that I have, I still had to go through the process and meet people, and somebody asked me the questions like, hey, how long you been playing an engineer on TV? And I'm like, I actually had to think about it. I was like, wait, next year, technically from actual graduation to that, it'll be 30 years, 30 years I've been doing.
So you've been an engineer longer than some of those kids that are starting being an engineer have been alive.
Yeah. Now I feel
How's that make you feel?
you're not my friend anymore. You can take this bikini and
Like,
we'll keep it PG.
thanks for that.
Yeah, and disassociate. How do I put you in the back
You can just hit unsubscribe like a lot of people do.
I've been in timeout before while I was on somebody's video. That was funny and kind of ironic. They don't want to hear what I have to say, but there they are hearing what I have to say.
That was, yeah.
So, hey, what's any ideas what Gunny's looking for, or did you already cover that?
I don't want to spill the beans on what he's looking for. I know what he's looking for. And it's some really cool stuff, and it kind of falls in line with what he had bought in January.
Oh,
So it's going to be some really cool stuff, if we can find it. And that's part of my job Wednesday as well, is to look for your stuff and look for Gunny stuff too. And I know Stacker's going for the uncirc sets, and that's I know where that's located, and he knows where it's at. It's just trying to
high grades. I want high grade coins. I look, and I don't even look at the coins sometimes when I'm buying them in the uncirc sets. I'm just like, give me all you got. I'll take them, and I'll look through them later.
Yeah, for your uncircs, yeah. But are you going for some Morgan CCs? Is that what you want? High grade of that? You got commas in your pocket?
No, I'm saving my money for next year. I'm really trying to save for next year. Next year, I think is going to be a bonanza at the United States Mint with all the best of the mint stuff, the 2026 coinage. I think they're going to be doing some amazing things. And I think we're going to see some privy marks next year that are clearly going to have, like, that Merc Dime had with that Liberty Bell with the 250 in it. So imagine a Morgan and Peace dollar or even the golden dollars with a privy mark.
I'm sorry. I thought I did hit mute. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. I had the cough button there and I didn't hit it. Sorry, folks.
What was next year called?
No,
the Quadra bicarbonate monofilament centennial, was it?
Close.
Close.
You're close.
Semi-Q.
Okay, there you go.
It's been dumbed down.
I have my own thoughts on that, but I'm not going to share that right at the moment.
Oh my! So if you are going to be in the Orlando area and you're making your way to the show, these gentlemen will be there. So if you see them, yes, you can approach them and say hi. I mean, imagine that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Gunny guy, you got to make sure he has his coffee first.
You got to be careful. If you approach with a box of crayons and shake them, you're good.
Oh yeah, you get your hands.
I haven't met Gunny in person yet, so the first one I met is this guy, but apparently Gunny is a hugger.
He can be. You can be a little touchy-feely for a
hope not.
Marine. It shocked me.
Oh, good Lord.
Poor Gunny getting picked on, and he's not even here to defend himself.
No, he's not even here.
Thanks
to
a lot.
appreciate
Now
it.
you just isolated our channels from veterans and those who are currently in the Marine Corps. So that increases our audience by what, 12?
Wow. Oh gosh.
Hey, but we will do, assuming it, the band will be together still. We will hopefully do a live drop or a live stream drop when the Privy, the Marine Corps, and or Navy. I don't know if they drop on the same day, but if they do, no, okay, we're gonna have two. Oh, maybe we'll do 2 live stream drops, maybe, hopefully.
And Gunny, the inventor of the live stream drop, is going to join us for the Marine Corps Privy Mark American Silver Eagle. So that'll be really cool.
Yeah, that's Marines is in November, and Navy is in October or September.
Oh, look at Silver Gator said. He says, if you don't want him to hug you, just bring those felt or velvet.
Oh, I forgot about that. He doesn't like those.
Yeah, it's like kryptonite.
When we met for our lunch, I had a little present to give him. No, remember it was in the old case. I come across going through my stuff. There was an Eisenhower commemorative thing with him being bust of the president, and when he was 5-star general, it was a commemorative silver coin. So I figured, well, Gunny's the Eisenhower guy, so I'll give it to him. I thought he was going to get sick in the parking lot, didn't you, Stacker?
Oh yeah,
he wouldn't touch it. I had to open it for him.
No.
Big tough.
Yes,
Marine.
you did.
Seriously, you had a.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and Stacker was there. He saw it.
Wow. I always thought, to be honest, it was him like trolling, just putting on a show. It's for real, for real.
No, he was gagging and everything else.
Yeah,
it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I want to pet the furry walls, man. That sounds fun. In the right state of mind, that could be a mind bender.
Oh, from our friend No Name. Thanks for being here, by the way. Appreciate you being part of the show. Question: is the Fun Show a good place to get ancient coins? I have a friend who wants one, and I am going shopping for him there. Yeah.
Yes, there's a whole section. Well, there's a group of them. There's a bunch of tables, and that's all they deal with is ancients, from raw to graded. But yes, good place. At least, yes, you'll be fine. You'll find some.
And there's what is about 350, 400 tables roughly, somewhere in that area. For this show,
for the winter show, maybe.
I want to say there's more than that.
Well, I thought isn't the winter one the big one's like 600 plus tables or something like that, or am I just thinking way back?
I think there's more than that now.
Oh, okay.
They fill up a huge hall. I mean, the winter show is ginormous, as Stacker would say.
All right, here we go. This is the breakdown for this. Countdown to the next fun convention is 3 days, 13 hours, 58 minutes, and 55 seconds. It says here, on the business aspect, we are anticipating in excess of 350 tables of your favorite numismatic products, to include 36 tables of budget coins. That's me, this guy, clad stuff. 36 tables of foreign and ancient coins, 12 club tables, and 293 regular numismatic tables. Yes, there you go. There's the breakdown.
Now, to clarify, some of those tables, they're 1 8-foot section, and some of them are a corner that's got 5 8-foot sections, right? So you've got huge sizes for tables. So don't let the table thing dissuade you. It's not like going to the VFW where there's 10 tables set up. It's not like that.
I'm going to post in the chat. Here's the link to the Florida United Numismatists. So it's numismatists. So that's the link to the convention page, convention info page. Oh, by the way, and you can join Fun and become a member of the club. I joined, And so even though I live in Alabama, I still join anyway because they put a really nice like newsletter. It's
The regular magazine, isn't it?
yeah. I was going to say it's actually printed like a Time magazine. I mean, it's in that format, and it's really good. I mean, they got detailed photos and excellent write-ups and everything. You can learn a lot, and they only publish it 4 times a year, but that's worth, to me, that alone is worth $20. So they cover everything. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and it gets you in the fun show free too.
that's right. If you're a club member, yeah. So regular general admission, yeah, it'll get you in. It's $20 a year. That's all I ask. So, to me, it's worth the investment. You know, it's worth it.
Yeah, and you're supporting a club.
Yeah. Yep.
And $20 isn't much to show a little support.
No.
Which I have to renew my membership when I go in 3 days.
Yeah, I need to put. I got to put mine in the mail tomorrow.
No Name says went there to the winter show and blew my whole budget in 30 minutes. I don't. You can do that
that's
in 5
easy.
minutes. So what were you waiting for?
Yeah, what took you so long? Slacker.
Oh, what?
It's
when I
so
was
easy,
at the summer show last year, I only visited 4 tables, and spent everything.
Wow.
Sold a lot and then spent a lot. So yeah, 4 tables. But the thing is, those 4 tables is where I spent pretty much the entire day.
But those 4 tables had everything you were looking for. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Mr. X.
So,
and yeah, you should have gotten the lobster tail. It was better.
I know. I will in January, or I'll wait until next summer when it's your turn to buy again. That's what I'll do.
That's what we'll do. We'll rotate. Okay.
Yeah.
Do that. We gotta make sure we can hit every dessert they have.
Is that Al or AI?
I don't know.
The AI question.
Let me highlight the question. It seems like if I want to buy a graded coin, the ones with the autographs sometimes seem to be more expensive. If it's worth it, is it worth it? It's just a label.
Stacker's going to have a different opinion. No, it's not worth it unless it is a collectible signature as well.
I don't know. I personally, graded coins are cool to have for a grade, and so that you can sell it, or it's worth this X dollars. But ultimately, what happens when, let's say for instance, you accidentally crack the slab. Oops, you're not trying to crack it out, but you didn't store it right, or something fell on it, and then it's cracked, and then it lowers the value of it, right? Who wants to buy a cracked slab? And what if it completely comes, undone or whatever? Then I don't know. I'd stay away from that personally. I'd stay away from advanced release, first day of issue. Yeah, those are cool.
Well, your advanced release do bring a premium.
Oh yeah. That's why I stay away.
Your signatures, not so much. Like I said, unless it's a collectible signature as well. But as far my understanding with talking to dealers, they don't pay extra for a signature.
Like those ones that are signed by Stephanie Sabin, the PCGS president currently, the ones that are, she signed for the American Women Quarters. I don't think that gives it any extra premium, but they're cool to have.
They're cool. And if I should clarify, if you're a registry set person, there are registry sets for signature slabs.
Yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this depends on what you're collecting for. If it's for the registry sets, then you got to have the signatures for extra points.
And
low
the registry sets, typically NGC and PCGS has those. You sign up with their service. You could do it for free. You don't have to actually be a paid member, but you can go in there and all your graded coins, has that little serial number, and you plug it in, and then it just keeps track of all those coins either in that series type, the year. I mean, they have registry sets for all kinds of variants, and I'm using the word variant, not variant as on the coin, but just just to describe the variety of what they have. They even have Star Wars registry set.
But there's
Right.
separate registry set. So let's say you got American Eagle. You've got Proof American Eagle. You got Uncirculated American Eagle. You've got First Strike Advanced Release American Eagle. These are all different registry sets. Signature
Registry
American
sets
Eagles.
just for West Point Mint or San Francisco Mint.
Yep. You name it. They've got a registry set for it.
So
and there's people, they do it.
Now, why do a registry set? Well, okay, one, they actually give out prizes, stuff. Both of them, NGC, PCGS, they give out prizes for the top tier. There's even a category for like most or new or original registry set that doesn't exist. So they give out stuff like that. What is? Can I zoom in on you? What is? There we go. There we go.
Congratulations!
I had a top pop set. I had a number 1 set, and I got a pin from PCGS.
Oh, that's totally worth it.
Well, some of them are, I think both of them, PCGS and NGC, if you're in the top, I don't know, say top 5, top 10, depends. They'll give you like credit for grading coins. They'll give you $100 credit and things like, so if you're an avid collector, hey, it's fun. I'm doing the two big ones, or the two I focus on is the Star Wars and the Maple privies from Canada. Those registers. The people that actually participate in those registers aren't that many, so I'm kind of fired up to get those going and be top dog over at NGC. And the bagging rights, as I've mentioned before. So it's not for everybody. It's cool. I guess maybe from my perspective, since I am doing registry sets, do it because it's fun. You enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whether we're talking about coins, comic books, custom cars, airplanes, people collect. People collect, Coca-Cola bottle caps.
I collect bad habits, so there you go.
Yeah,
So I'm good. But listen, I wanted to break the ice, break the moment. I got a jet. It's past my bedtime. Plus my back is talking to me and it's saying terrible things to my brain. And but I wanted to thank you, Mr. Boulay, for hanging out with us here and inviting me to your awesome stream this evening. Hopefully we'll get the rest of the band back together as soon as we can when everybody's available. And I can't wait to stream. And like I said, that announcement, I hope you don't mind if I make that final announcement here that Emily Domstra has agreed to do an interview, but she'd like the questions up front. And if you could, please send some questions that you'd like to have me ask her your questions. And I'll even say, yeah, John from Wisconsin asks, stuff like that. I'll even give you the, what is it? The acknowledgement, right? That you are the one asking the question. And so if you do have questions, send them to me in an email to sonofasilverstacker@gmail.com. Now, with that said, I thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend and enjoy your inheritance.
Have fun at the show. Have fun at the show.
See you, Stacker.
And I put the link to Stacker's channel in the chat, so link on over there, and it'll get you to the landing page, and you can look up his email address. And please subscribe to his channel and send him an email with those questions. And maybe he'll make that little snap, or not snap, the short video I was talking about. He's kind of announcing this interview he's having, and then maybe he can use that. People can post the question as comments for that video. So maybe it's something Stacker can run with. That'd be a really easy, quick video for him to make. So hey, thank you, Triple S, for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. And of course, you, my comrade in arms, the other half of this coin. That okay, I'm just gonna throw that out. That was a bad analogy. Anyway, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate it. I know you're not 100% today and stuff, but thanks for hanging in there. Yep. It makes life a lot easier and stuff. And of course, you and we always have great conversations and stuff.
Oh yeah,
So thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting us and having me up, and everybody in the chat. Until next time, 73.
Awesome. And with that, No longer buys will save Mr. Apache for next time. So thanks for being here. Please subscribe to Son of Soul Stacker's channel, and of course, Mr. GenX Collectible. And if you just give me one moment, I will put his channel link in the chat. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to his channel as well. Yes, we are. The band is the band is getting back together, and you be prepared. We're going to start doing live streams from everyone's channel, not just mine, but all four of us. So we got this. We're getting the momentum. We got the band back together. We're getting this momentum going. We want to keep going. So we're all about you folks. So thanks for being here. And so tonight kicks off me coming back to the live stream realm. So see ya. If I don't see you on the other channels, see you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So please obey the laws of thermodynamics.